Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the topic efficiency of a full wave rectifier. Before coming to the efficiency, we can see some terms comes in this topic. First of all, we have to see the nature of the AC input signal which we have applied to the rectifier. In AC can be represented like this. Along the x-axis you can mark time, and along the y-axis you can mark either voltage or current. And the graphical representation of an AC will be like this. That is the period of this AC is 2 pi, and during the interval 0 to pi it is positive half cycle, and pi to 2 pi it is the negative half cycle. Then since it is a sine wave, usually an alternating current or voltage can be expressed as a current as a sinusoidal wave, and the expression for that voltage will be like this: V is equal to Vm sin theta, where Vm is the maximum value of the voltage. That is the, in the case of a wave we call it as the amplitude of the wave. Then the current is equal to I is equal to Im sin theta, and Im is the also the maximum value of current. And this theta you can write like this: it is omega t, and where omega is equal to 2 pi f. Omega is known as the angular frequency, and f is known as the linear frequency. So in order to represent the average value of the AC, we use a term called RMS value, that is the root mean square value. What is the importance of this root mean square value is that suppose we take the average of AC over a full cycle, the positive half cycle is exactly equal to the negative half cycle. So the average over a cycle over a period of 2 pi will be equal to 0. So we will take the RMS value of this AC. RMS value is the square root of the mean of the squares of the instantaneous value of voltage or current. This is the instantaneous value of voltage, and this is the instantaneous value of current. So first of all, we can find out the mean square value. Mean square value, we can find out the using the value using the equation mean square value of current. I is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi Im square sin square theta d theta divided by integral 0 to 2 pi d theta. So now we can find out the integrals. Integral 0 to 2 pi sin square theta d theta, that is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2, that is d theta, that is equal to integral 0 to pi, suppose we take, it is the value 1 d theta, integral is equal to theta minus sin 2 theta divided by 2. You can take this 1 by 2 outside, so within the limits 0 to 2 pi. So it is equal to 1 by 2 into 2 pi minus sin 4 pi divided by 2, that is the value of the upper limit, minus, if we take the value lower limit, first of all it is 0 minus sin 0. So this value sin 4 pi is equal to 0, sin 0 is again 0, so this value becomes 2 pi divided by 2, that is equal to pi. Now the denominator value, it is the integral 0 to 2 pi d theta, that is equal to theta within the limits 0 to 2 pi. So that is equal to 2 pi. So we can substitute the values here. So I is equal to Im square, and then this numerator value, it is equal to pi divided by the denominator value, it is equal to 2 pi. So this is equal to Im square divided by 2. That is the mean square value. So root of that is the root mean square. So that is equal to root of this quantity, that is equal to Im by root 2. So IRMS is equal to Im by root 2. It is the root of Im square by 2, that is equal to Im by root 2. Now next we have to see what happens in the case of the output of the DC. The output is a DC which is a fluctuating DC or pulsating DC. The output is a pulsating DC, and a pulsating DC of a full wave rectifier can be expressed, can be diagrammatically represented like this. Along the x-axis we have time, and along y-axis we have V or I. Then the interval, the period of this wave is 0 to pi. So in order to find out the DC value of the current, we can integrate this expression between the limits 0 to pi im sin theta d theta divided by integral 0 to pi d theta. Here the repetition of the wave is within the interval 0 to pi, so we can sum these values and take the average of these. So that is equal to im into integral 0 to pi sin theta d theta divided by integral 0 to pi d theta. You can evaluate this integral 0 to pi sin theta d theta, that is nothing but minus cos theta within the limits 0 to pi. So that is minus, you can take outside, that is equal to cos pi minus cos 0, that is equal to minus 1 minus 1. Cos pi is minus 1, cos 0 is 1. So this is minus 2 into minus 1, that is equal to plus 2. Then next one, integral 0 to pi d theta, it is nothing but theta within the limits 0 to pi, that is equal to pi. Substituting here, we will get IDC as IDC is equal to Im into, for the numerator you can substitute 2, for the denominator you can substitute pi, so the value is 2 Im by pi. So we have got the values of IRMS and IDC. Now next we can come to the case of the output of the full wave rectifier circuit. So the full wave rectifier circuit you can draw like this. So this is our circuit. This is the load resistance. We call the externally connected resistance as the load resistance. So we have two diodes D1 and D2. So the input current from the primary comes to the secondary. From secondary it passes through diode D1 and D2 alternately. At a time when D1 conducts, D2 do not conduct. So at a time D1 takes part in the conduction of the input AC, and so the efficiency of any device, you can write it as P out divided by P in. Now in this case P out is equal to any power, you can express it as I square into R. Power is equal to I square into R. So here we have the current is flowing through diode and resistance. AC flows through diode and resistance, but DC is taken only across the load resistance. Suppose we take RF as the diode forward resistance that has a small value of the order of 25 ohm. We can consider the AC which is passing through diode D1 and RL at a time, and the next instant it will pass through D2 and RL. So the total resistance which is offering in the input part is RF plus RL, and the total resistance in the output part, it is only RL. So here we can write the expression for P out as the DC current which is obtained I square DC into RL divided by input part we have I square RMS into the resistance is nothing but RF plus RL. Now we can substitute the values. I square DC, that is 2 Im by pi the whole square into RL divided by Im by root 2 the whole square into RF plus RL. This is the expression. You can expand this 4 into Im square by pi square into root 2. You can take the square of root 2 is 2 divided by Im square into RL divided by RF plus RL. So that is equal to 8 divided by pi square, because this Im square and Im square get cancels each other, then into RL divided by RF plus RL. So we evaluate this 8 by pi square, you can find out the value is to be 0.812. So 812 into RL by RF plus RL. This is the expression for efficiency in the case of a full wave center tapped transformer, center tapped full wave transformer, bridge rectifier. Now the maximum value of efficiency is obtained when this RF is equal to center trap full wave rectifier, not bridge rectifier, center trap full wave rectifier. Now the maximum value of efficiency is obtained when RF is equal to 0. That is, we are just neglecting the diode resistance. So the expression becomes eta is equal to 8 by pi square into RL by RF plus RL becomes only RL. So that is equal to 8 by pi square. You will get it as 0.812. In percentage, the maximum efficiency is 81.2% in the case of a full wave rectifier. Now, what is the change that happens in the case of a bridge rectifier that we can see? So, in the case of a bridge rectifier, only the change is that instead of conduction taking place in in a single diode in the case of full wave rectifier, we have two diodes are taking place. Two diodes are taking part in conduction of a bridge rectifier. In the case of a bridge rectifier, for the case of a bridge rectifier. So only the modification which we have to introduce is eta is equal to I square DC divided by I square RMS here, then RL divided by 2 RF plus RL. This value which we have already calculated it as 0.812, then into RL divided by 2 RF plus RL. This is the expression in the case of a full wave rectifier. Now in this case also you can find out the maximum efficiency by putting RF is equal to 0. That is eta max is equal to, again it is 0.812 or 81.2%. The maximum efficiency in both cases are same. Only the small change is because of the small value of the diode resistance, but it is very small. So almost the efficiency in the case of a bridge rectifier and a full wave rectifier, almost they are equal. So that is the case of a full wave rectifier, efficiency of a full wave rectifier. And although we have not in syllabus, we can discuss the case in the case of a half wave rectifier also, that you have to do it as an assignment work. But the only change is that the value of IAC has a change. That is IAC, that means IRMS has a change. IDC also changes to a certain extent. Then IRMS, how can you calculate IRMS? That is, in the case of half wave rectifier, you know, only a single diode is there we are using, and that diode uses only a single half cycle of the input AC, and the remaining half cycle of the input AC, that is not passing through the diode at all. So we have to take the integral limit. How can we take the integration limit? This is the expression, and that you have to calculate. The value is I mean square value, that is equal to m square sin square theta d theta. You have to take within the limit 0 to pi and average it over 0 to 2 pi d theta. So you can calculate this and you evaluate this result. Then IDC also has a change, because IDC the output waveform is like this. The wave repeats after 2 pi, that is 0 to 2 pi, but you have to split this integral into two values. First of all, from 0 to 2 pi, that value is equal to Im sin theta, but from pi to 2 pi the value is 0. So you have to split this integral 0 to 2 pi into 0 to pi and pi to 0, sorry, pi to 2 pi, and average it over the entire cycles, 2 pi into d theta. So you will get the values, I mean square value, and from that you can find out the RMS value. IRMS in this case is found to be Im by 2, and IDC you will get it as, instead of 2 Im by pi, here we have Im by pi. Now substituting in the expression for efficiency, you will get the value as P out by P in like this, that is equal to 40.6%, or maximum efficiency 40.6 or 0.406 into RL divided by RF plus RL. That is the value of the efficiency that you have to do it as an assignment and submit in the next class. Okay.